Hello everyone. Uh, it's my 13th speech and I'm really tired now. I'm going to sleep. I want to sleep. So the thoughts that came to your mind when you're about to sleep are very different from the thoughts that you have during the day. Um, that's not the questions that like what should I eat for lunch, for dinner, um, how do I get there by bus or by taxi? Not that sort of questions, but a different and more deep questions that require a true and sincerely answer. So the cascade of questions when you're about to sleep are maybe like, what kind of life are you living? Uh, why are you running from responsibilities? That questions that fear you when you hear them in your mind, not the because of the questions, but because of you don't have answers to that questions. It's like people say we're not afraid of dark, we're afraid of what's inside in it. So it's similar, that logic applies to these questions and situation with these questions. Like are not afraid of questions, we are afraid of the answers that we cannot give right now. So the lack of answers makes that questions look more dangerous, frightened, that kind of. But before night, so instead of trying to answer those questions, I usually I usually take my phone and just scrolling or watch YouTube. But this kind of actions don't lead you to finding answers. Having phone makes you feel that you are free. You are free. You can free of actions, free of behavior, free of seeing opinions. But in reality, the more you use the phone, it means the more you trust on phone, the more you become dependent. The true meaning of independence is being able to do what to do, when you do, and how to do. It's it looks strange and absurd, but in some cases it works. For example, you may search one information in the internet, and you have an answer. You might click on the sites and look for the information that you need, yes, that you didn't need, but yet you also consume those information, and as this kind of stuff occupies your mind, your brain, and it's like trash in your memory. You can't get rid of them easily, as you can vomit the food you don't like, but this kind of stuff is unhealthy for your mind. So in order to keep our body in shape, and we train and try to eat more healthy food, avoid soda, more salty sugar, and fried foods, and this kind of logic also applies on what we consume on the internet. I think it's called like internet hygiene, hygiene. So it's like keeping yourself clean makes your makes you feel that your body in a good shape. So it's kind of consuming all this information that helps you in work in your in a daily basis. That should keep your mind in shape. So we have some kind today more people have problem with that with the fat. So because they eat the foods that they don't need, and this accumulates in their body, they grow bigger, and they're incapable of doing the stuff they would do when they were more slim and thinner. Unnecessary kilograms of weight makes you feel out of shape and unstable, dependent on others' help. So this similar to what we consume in internet. Let's change the topic. I wanted to discuss about thoughts that I have before night. Some of them. So the basic thoughts is it's regret about the past and worry about the future, which is more frightens you more. This kind of stuff happens to you when you are unsure about your future and you have things that you have to choose another options. This is not good because it can lead to disappointment and of your ability to make decisions. So one option is to get rid of it, is to write a gratitude sentences before night, before you go to sleep. You open that notebook and write what made you happy today and why you felt happy. It's kind of when you receive a salary, you're happy about maybe two things. First is the amount of money you received. Second is from who do you receive that money from. So the first answer is the answer to the first question is clear. You received that fixed amount of money you expected, and you are not as surprised as you would be. But the second question is, here is the interesting thing happens. Am I happy about that the boss or accountant sent you this money, or the better option is relate to it as the God sent you, gave you this money. So sometimes what's the definition of that word? When teachers say words for kids when they don't behave properly. not argue. Sometimes I'm not satisfied with myself and I say it, which sometimes it can be that I'm the only and very strict critic of myself, but I don't like it when other people criticize me, because I criticize myself at the same time, and it's like I receive a double critique. So it saddens me. I feel upset. Um, why I not always satisfied with myself? The first reason, I think that I should have done it more good, better, in a better way. I should have spent more time on it, and I should have do it. Those kind of things often happen to me, but now I think that even small steps, even small actions can lead to greater. Imagine like a little mosquito or flies in summer can greatly disturb you, bother you. They are very tiny. They maybe 0.1% of our body's volume, but even they can affect you, influence your mood. So if some of the mosquito sucked blood from ill person, they can deliver the illness from other person to you. That's the power they have, and we can't. We shouldn't underestimate the force of little creatures. So in this way, we don't have to underestimate the value, power, force of little steps we take every day to be a better person, to live like a human being with thoughts, with conscious, and with true values. It's hard to speak when you don't have a ready script or plot. You have to force your mind to make sentences come out from your mouth, and that's the point of growing, when you struggle to find the right words to describe the feelings inside you. It's a good. What else can I say? So once when I was child, I heard the quote which says, "You can't change your life at one night, but you can change your mindset at one night that will change eventually your life." So, I remembered what I wanted to speak. So we have. I've reached some level of in English. Sometimes I tried hard, but sometimes I didn't try hard. I just watched videos in English, not even trying to speak, because speaking wasn't my first priority. The real reason why I wanted to learn English is to understand English, to read books in English, to watch movies in the original language. So I've reached that level. Now I can understand movies in the original, I can read books, but not yet. I don't understand every word I read, but I almost understand the context, the idea. So I think it's a matter. That's main point of it. But in order, when things comes to speaking, I freeze, I struggle, I don't have any, it seems like you don't have anything to share. But step by step, I'm overcoming this. When you're about to speak, say a word, the first thing is you fully focus only on yourself. How do you look? What other people think about you? If they laugh at you when you make, if you make a mistake, and that kind of stuff that's only happens in your mind, in your imagination, but in reality, no one maybe think about you, how you look. No one obsessed about you as you. So try to focus not inside but outside. Focus on the words you want to say, on the speech, on the idea you wanted to share. So that's the matter. In your speech, the only matter is your speech, not your voice, not your appearance. It's the second plan. So the idea, focus on the idea. What will be the best way to deliver that idea? How you can make your words to in that order that they can get the people's heart, and it will be really, it won't be a waste of time to listen to you. So this kind of things. That's all for today. Say good, be good, and always good intentions. And the thoughts I remembered when I finished recording, he is to upgrade and to step on the next level, you have to have a system. You need a system that controls your behavior, your actions, it's like having a to-do list, but a more complex and with strict time durations. So one thing that blinds our mind is when you think that we are out of system, that we can't be controlled. That's the point that we trapped ourselves in the dependency. Then it's there we be dependent. But when we have a correct system, and we know what we will do tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, clear plan, clear, structured, organized schedule, it will be, then we will be more free than we think. Because the more you have spare time, free time, you have to actually pay attention what occupies, takes that time spaces. If you just scroll or do nothing in that times, it means that you might have things that oh, I'm independent, I can watch and do whatever I want, but that's the moment you mislead. You are misled because the more you have a system in your mind, the more you will be independent. That's when you have free time, it's time dictates you what to do. So, but if you have organized schedule, you dictate what you will do. So I think that's the difference. And overall, my opinion is, I many times tried to make as a schedule of my daily routines, At some point I did some habits that at the end of the day I write down all the things that happened, all the important things actually that happened during the day, even the small things. I write write down, but it didn't help me. It didn't help me because I write as a result of my day, but I have output, then I write. To change it, I need to give input. What will I do? And then I follow the set schedule, and I think it will help me much more than I have at my system that I have today. I'm going to try it, but not with a very hard things like running, waking up at 5 p.m. No, 5 a.m. and then start running. No, I think it's not a thing, but waking at 5 a.m. and the first thing you shouldn't do is checking your phone and going. Second thing you should do is going out for a walk, 10 or 15 minutes. It will be enough to wake up your system, neurobiological, neurochemical systems, and tells that you are awake and you are ready to live, to behave, to act, and you have the energy that you will produce during the day, that will use during the day. It's a key moment of the being a morning type of person. So that's the thing I wanted to add. That's all.